So here we are outside the shed. This is there's reason this is broken, because that was the day of the big wind that blew it off. We're going into the shed today, and if you want to come around and brush me up, you feel free. I've been quite busy doing lots of bits of repairs for people and just setting the guitars up. So today all we're going to do is just go through stuff that you've probably seen me do before and everything, but there's an answer guitar over there, and it's been copied off Carl's answer guitar, the colours. So you've seen that colour before. I know you've seen an answer before. It's got a different veneer on the headstock. You can't really tell from this distance, but you will. So that's that one, and it's making, the finish isn't finished obviously. If you point your camera up into that corner, right in the corner of the shed over there, can you just see all bits of paper and bits of stuff? I'll tell you what all that is. That's all the old jigs that I was making for when the lads from Virgin Records wanted. They're all the prototypes for the Virgin, for when they were setting up a guitar, synth guitars. And I made the prototypes for all the bodies and everything for them in wood, and then they made them cast in plastics for the I can't remember the follow-up of the Syntax. All that.
Syntax 2.
Yeah. Now this one is this is the progress so far on the Australia slot for Australia. It's all very rough carved now with my file. I've shaped it all back. All I've done is hand planed it over, because it curves round that way, I filed that shape in there, and I've just started carving all this. This is all the little holes for the very strange bridge, Hanny's bridge. You've seen that before. So this is that one. It was this little inlay. Now there you've got your gold frets. This is actual. It's supposedly nicer to play than the stainless steel frets, but it's quite hard. It's so I don't know what mixture is, but they're called gold frets. So that's that one. So that's what we're up to on that. That's just sitting there, just drying a bit more, because every time you cut lumps off wood, the wood what's remaining needs to breathe a bit, because it's still moist underneath. You get that? If you didn't, you do now, because I've told you about it in the past. Up there, by the way, while we're doing hanging up bits, there's a Les Paul neck with a junior. This is the Les Paul, the older shaped headstock with the smaller headstock. I much prefer them. And this is a 24 3/4 inch scale. So if you're wondering why some people like Les Pauls and some people like Strats, which are 25.5 inch scale, this is a particularly nice piece of Padauk, by the way. And if you're wondering why, this is 25.5, that's 24 3/4. Ergo, when you're stretching a string on that one, the Les Paul, it stretches further and easier because it's shorter scale for the same thickness of string.
Easier to bend.
Easier to bend if you like a 24 3/4 inch scale. In here we've got the this is the lovely mess where I'm just trying to fit everything in there, and I've failed miserably actually. So what I'm going to have to do with this
volume.
The battery, I'm going to have to make a hole there. Oh sorry, turn the radio down. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a battery hole there. It'll be lovely. I'll use the piece of wood to cover it up with, because like I've done there with the Padauk. As you can see, the Padauk matches through to that back. This is John East's electronics. The fantastic tone. I love this equipment, this stuff off John East. And this is the bass now. That's all the knobs that come with all the actives, and I'm just setting it all up now. It's waxed. It's a waxed finish. This. Yes, lovely, isn't it?
Good job there.
Yes, nice. And the wax is brought out the headstock and everything on there. So there you go. So that's this. That was what I'm building at the moment. This is the assembly anyway. As you can see, I'm a nice tidy worker. Yep. Okay. So this is what's been going on today, and Now there won't be too much work done for the next couple of days because the Olympics are still on and we're doing very well. But I will be carrying on. I'll be finishing off that base so that you've seen enough of that base so you know what it's going to look like when it's finished. And I should be starting on that, and I shall actually be restarting now on the triple neck. It's I've worked my way around to it now, and I've worked everything out on this, so it's all going to start being assembled. Now in here I've got a little bag of nuts and bolts because all the 3 necks are going to be. You can see this little captive bolts. These all screw into the little bits of in these bits in the neck. In there there'll be 2 captive bolts. This will be screwed in through there, so we can line everything up and take everything off to finish it. It's just a nicer way of doing it for this particular instrument. So that's what I'll be doing over the next few weeks, and I've got some Telecasters over here I'm going to start making. I've got you can see there's a swamp ash body one there, and there's a lovely ash, very light ash. Sorry, it's alder. It's light alder, and that's swamp ash. So I'm just poking at the wrong things there. But that's me all over.
What about that little guitar?
Now then, this one, I bought this off a lad who's got no money left, and I'll show you what I've done so far with this. It's a very, very old Burns, and some idiot had cut all this off. Don't ask. So I've matched it in with the mahogany, as you can see. So I've reshaped that. The fingerboard, I don't know what they've done with the fingerboard, but
I don't know what you've done with it.
I've fixed it anyway. I've had to take it off and make a new one for it. This is beech. And the original is beech. So I'm just now it's just hardening up, and I shall finish it off. I've got to make a bridge that was missing.
It's a funny shape.
It's a funny shape, and it really is. And the neck joint was really badly. It's obviously been broken off at some time, and they'd screwed it on with all sorts of odd things.
Why is it such a funny shape? Is that just
this is the original Burns shape. It's just a little Burns, little Burns.
What's the history of Burns then?
Well,
roughly.
I don't know. I mean, he ended up getting Jack Golder from Shergold Guitars making all his instruments for him, but these were made in a little place in London somewhere. I've no idea much about them. They were very good. I used to quite like Burns guitars. In fact, I wanted one of these when I was a kid. I'm so glad I didn't get one though then. It's, well, it is what it is. It's just a very thick piece of neck, because the truss rod was just a piece of aluminium up there. But it works. It's a fine little guitar, and when it's finished it should be okay. I just haven't got round to finishing it because I can't be arsed at the moment.
How long have you been on that project?
Oh, it'll just be forever. It'll just be one of those when I'll just suddenly decide to finish it. There's not a lot down on the floor there, because I've got no space in the shed. I've run out of space and I've just abandoned stuff. Down there's a little fret press, and it's really good, but I've got so used to, and I've got all different shaped tools to, no matter what shaped neck you've got, you can just press a fret in at different, whatever curve. But I've got so good at doing it with a little hammer that that's what I do. So I don't use it. I should really. And there's nothing much to report now today. That's today's report, and I'm going to go have my tea now. It's been delightful. Stay in touch.